has established that inventive societies begin on the doorstep. And they spring from qualities of neighbourly engagement and engaging in experiment over time. And the process of arts, business and civic engagement, we came to discover, is actually much more than just securing funds. It's actually making links across power, working perspective, and building neighbourly connection between people, which actually can help social adaptation and resilience. And again, Barbara says, and I believe her, that most of our institutions are set up and good at delivering, the politics of delivery. They're good at the politics of delivery, but not the politics of invention. And the skills of agreement needed to survive unpredictable and uncertain times. So there are two big questions that most of our societies are facing in varying degree, and they are interrelated. One's economic transition and development, and the other is profound structural change coming on the horizon, if not upon us, about resource depletion and climate change. And the common assumption is that economic development precedes social development. But this is a mistake. Again, from Barbara's research, which was actually conducted for Shell, as a way of discovering the next newly industrializing nations and good bets for Shell's investment, but actually it is supported by other research, is that actually social development comes before economic development. And at the bottom of the graph, it says passage of time at the bottom and social and economic change. And at the bottom, when nothing seems to be happening, there's a lot of negotiating going on about change. What if we did this? Would you do this with me? What if we do that? But that's important, but we can drop that. All of those negotiating discussions are happening then. And then the social possibilities improve and economic development follows that. I mean, there is more detail in a book that Barbara's written, but there's also some interesting research about the rate of innovation in Emilia-Romagna in Italy is directly correlated to the number of choirs and membership of choirs in the region. And because a lot of informal exchange of ideas and connections happen in these non-professional civil society organisations. But the other big question we're facing is this one, of course: how will we move beyond oil? And none of us has the complete picture. Technology won't be enough. It's a process that will take generations. And it involves aesthetic exploration, because nobody knows how it's going to happen. So we need to wake up a felt sense and sense what to do, experiment with what to do. And actually it will need everybody taking part in that. And artists have an incredibly important role to play in this, in the sense that we need to reconnect with the specifics of place and the natural cycles and our view of the cosmos and our place in it. So the LIFT Forum was engagement and experiment, that a new neighbourliness in... So, okay, it was just a small number of people, but we were thinking about the world simply through the productions we were bringing. They were bringing the world to us. And it was intimate. So intimacy is a good thing in experiment and engagement, because you can't have relationships with 3,000 people all at once. It needs a more sleeves rolled up kind of experimental ambiance. Diversity, incredibly important. Age, culture, gender, working experience. And this working together project by project over time is, again, important for inventive societies. So, to the Lublin piece. What might the Lublin experiment be? And it's, really asking what are the big questions facing us that may also be facing other people in other walks of life that we could convene meetings around, but that the arts would be very, very good at facilitating. Not what do we need, but perhaps what can we offer. Taking a helicopter view of, what might be missing in the city that the arts can uniquely provide. And what form does the experimental dialogue take? And who are the champions? Who are the participants? But also starting by not knowing is great, because you can then start asking people advice with an idea that something may be up ahead, but what is it? So that's the end of my piece, really. And so what I've gone through there is actually the commercial sponsorship being the most immediate route likely to unlocking any funds. But again, it would be pretty kind of obviously sponsorable things. Then there's the individual giving scheme, which may be possibility to be very creative about something that would have appeal and points of reference for a bigger range of people. And then the civic dialogue idea and the business arts forum idea. So I hope that maybe there's some little fragments that may be of interest that you can perhaps twist or might be useful in your particular setting. So if anybody wants to ask questions. And I am doing a workshop tomorrow. I don't know if any of you will be at that. Maybe if you are coming, you'd like to put your hands up. Yeah? 3 people? Yeah. Maybe some other people aren't here, but if not, we'll have a great time. Thank you.